now we're going to talk about the exciting news that you guys want to share, which is you are entering into your first human trial in Canada.
Tremendously excited. This is the first clinical use of the device, and as we've talked about over the last 55 minutes, years and years of our lives and tremendous effort have gone into getting to this point. So we're super excited. It's going to be a small study, so really still designed to evaluate safety. 10 patients. We're going to track those 10 patients for 12 months, but we're going to do interim uh, check-ins at 3 months, 6 weeks, 3 months, and 6 months. So we'll have a nice sort of like progressive build of how people are healing. The primary way that you still evaluate clinical success is pain and function. So we're going to be literally giving people a survey to ask them how they're feeling. It's a little bit more complicated. That's just a long survey with a lot of different ways to ask that question. But we are also doing MRIs at every checkpoint. So
Hmm.
you wouldn't typically, that's not standard of care to do so many MRIs after the procedure. And even in like a large clinical trial, you might not do that. But with a small cohort of patients, it adds a lot of value to be able to actually visually see how the implant's integrating. And you could also, if you have a powerful enough magnet, we're doing 3T, we're mandating a 3T magnet for the MRIs. So we'll be able to do MOCAR scoring, which is basically a radiologist. I know you know this, Jenny, but for those who are not radiologists, people can look at the MRI image and actually quantitatively assess, how good the tissue healing is. So we'll be doing all of that, and then our hope is that this study goes well. We can take that to the US FDA and get approval to do that larger randomized study. We're hoping to treat the first patient in the next 8 weeks, roughly. And if we can enroll pretty quickly, we could be wrapping up this study by the end of next year and looking at starting that randomized trial, in the first half of 2027.